MBI.com. This is John's report. Is for the 20th of May. A continuation of exactly what we expected. We had the trail off here from the first breakdown below 33 on the MBI readings, as well as the increase in MBI weight. And it closed exactly like that. It wasn't anything dramatic, but this was all off that dip coming from underneath. And so now you've got some support building right here because you're now back above the negative 13 for steel. So your short-term buyers are going to keep things from completely imploding. I mean, wouldn't be unrealistic to see a move to the 76, but I don't even know if you've got enough juice to get down that far. We still have the positive extremes, obviously, that take you right around here. Well, if you go back as far as this, the 7,300 range, roughly. So a little bit further from where we're at, but not all that far. From an NQ standpoint, you had a few more that take you a little bit further down to the 28 range. So that's just a matter of finding the correct one. And actually, you could even go back further all the way to this range right here, 27. But that would be a really deep fade. So when we're in the DOC spread, it can extend itself, particularly if things go sideways. So it's built in that you've got some selling taking place. So it's one of those where, hey, having put protection, that's what matters. This is the problem. It's no change from oil. And we don't see anything on the horizon other than the idea that there may be another attack. And that, of course, keeps everybody elevated. So the risk premium is already built into it. Now, anything that results towards, agreement move, you're going to get a significant downdraw. That would be a huge bonus to the market. So headline driven is literally where we're at this particular stage, because fundamentally what has changed? Nothing. And the inflation numbers are going to be looking ugly in that going forward. And we're already seeing it here in Europe. They're canceling tons of flights because they just don't have any jet fuel. So, it's usually your cheaper carriers first have canceled the most number of them, but it's starting to expand. So that's going to be a hamper for Europe, especially as it comes into tourism season. And that, and from a gold standpoint, still soft. And then again, like we've talked about, the paper trade versus, at this level, are you going to be able to get enough retail oomph to turn that tide? It's a little tough at this particular stage, given how tight things are for most individuals. So it's all going to be institutional. Bitcoin stabilizing just fine where it is. And again, Rand's talked about how they've set up their little crypto, support mechanism to ensure that you get through the strait. They're calling it insurance. I love it. That's a creative way to approach the construct. You're buying insurance from them, and they're supporting that you get through. Interestingly enough, 50K, yeah, there it was. The new lows came down. We had a nice build back up to the 50%, but MBI White led the entire way up on that. So as soon as Magenta flipped back, you had your return back to 0%. Pretty straightforward stuff there. And literally didn't get another buy until just right about now here, with that orange dipping below green's crossing over red DOCs. So that's the next pump set up at this particular stage. Intraday, it was pretty much ugly all the way through until later in the day. And then once it started and turned around, it was straight up. So that was pretty clean. You can see it there. When you get that kind of separation between MBI white and the magenta yellow, look at that. It just, boom, translates beautifully across that complete setup there. And then it was just a slow irk of MBI white coming back and forth until finally it just overtook it right about here. And then the cascade was back lower, so 74 range, and that took you all the way to the 73.60. So pretty good move. And then now we look at the chaos here in the Europeans. Well, this was early Asian. This is now European. It's been bullish so far, but long way to go. So anyway, that's the long and the short of it. I think that's just literally an intraday indicator situation. The daily, has softened. So it's one of those where you'll probably see some more lightening of positions. And really what it is rollover before the end of the month. The quasi-sell-in may go away. It hasn't changed. As always, though, anything relevant, I'll put in the team chat. Have a good one. Trade well.